Charlie, are you ready? Are you ready to do this one? Tell you what. This right here, we're gonna go. We're gonna go. We're gonna go fly together. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, I lost the prop. I lost the prop, Charlie. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Heads up, Mom.
Are you gonna come flying with me? Get out of the camera. Very good, very good. Well. Hi, folks. How are you doing? Yeah, this is Charlie, the drone dog. Charlie, we're gonna have a good time today, aren't we? I'm so glad that you joined me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Ask Dr. Drone. Not airborne innovations, but we're going to make sure that you learn a lot about drones today, and we're so glad that you tuned in with us. We're looking at here is a drone, and we're gonna show a close-up of this, and I want to show you some things about this drone. But for right now, I need you to know something very, very important, and that is that this show is underwritten by RBS Drone Technologies. Let's get the R in there, huh? Okay, I did that on purpose. RBS Drone Technologies has underwritten this show, and we want to thank them for helping us out, and we want to thank them for providing snacks for the drone dog, Charlie. Charlie, do you think that you can sit down and chill out for a little bit? Okay, we'll do that. Well, today, I want to start off by answering a couple of questions that was sent to us via email from last week's show. We talked about so many things because it was actually our first show of 13. And some people just asked some very simple questions that I may have overlooked. And one person, Gwen, she asked, what is a drone? Well, a drone is absolutely anything that you can do, that you can, any machine that you can operate. And those machines are operated by remote control. Basically, that's what a drone is. But what we focus on here today is something a little bit different. We focus on something called aerial drones, the ones that fly through the air, the ones with little propellers. And we're going to make sure that you learn more about them because there are so many opportunities in drone technologies. Here's another question that came in from Mark, another Mark, huh? What are the different types of drones? Well, there are, first, toy drones. You probably have seen them in your local stores. Little small ones, and they fly around. Can they hurt you? Yeah, they can hurt you. And do you have to still follow the rules for drone piloting, just like if you were a professional pilot? Unfortunately, yes, you do. That's why a lot of people are getting their Type 107s, and we're going to talk about that again, too. How can you become a professional drone pilot? One of the largest growing and fastest growing industries in the nation today is drone technology. Bloomberg, in their publication of May 2016 stated that as of today, the drone technology industry is a $2 billion per year industry, and it will balloon in the next 10 years to a $10 billion industry. But people start off just like I did, with the toy drones, the little small drones. What's the other types of drones? Well, we have some larger ones that run about this size. Take a look at this one, folks. This one here is a racing drone minus 2 propellers, but this one is capable of going in excess of 100 miles per hour. And we're going to show you a quick film, hopefully by the end of the show, about these drones and how fast they can go. But here's what I really want you to see. I want you to see that they're all simple motors that are put onto a carbon fiber frame, and this is 5 layers of carbon fiber, and this is one of the strongest racing drones that they make. Actually, they're made from all types of kits, and these kits have all kinds of great things in them. Many different companies produce these kits with all types of neat parts in them, like the antennas and so forth, and other computer parts and lights that you can put on them. But you can essentially make one yourself. And I can tell you without question that if you keep hanging around this show, Ask Dr. Drone, I'm going to give you the information on how you can build your own racing drones. That's the second type. The third type of drones that we are talking about are drones that are used in commercial industry. And today we have a very, very special guest. This special guest is going to tell you how a commercial drone can be used to help in farming. What did you say? Oh my goodness. Well, what you said was that flying in the air might give you some knowledge of what's happening on the ground. We'll get into that one in just a moment. Those are the three basic types of drones. Those are the two questions that I want to be able to answer right now. But for this moment, I want to give you some information. So grab your pen and paper, because I'm going to show you how you can get in touch with Dr. Drone and how you can find out more information. All you have to do is call me or email me, and here's how you can do it. You can contact me at askdrdrone@gmail.com. That's askdrdrone@gmail.com. Or you can call me at 312-437-2230. I think I have to do it again, don't I? 312-437-2230. And now, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. My guest, Layla Muticia. Is that the correct pronunciation?
You say it correctly.
I was able to say Layla Muticia correctly, and Layla is a special guest. I want to tell you why. First, Layla is a 107 drone pilot. She's a FAA certified drone pilot. She's also a student at Lewis National University. And Layla is a very special person to us because she has a mission, and we're going to help her with that mission. Her father has a coffee farm in Kenya, and she wants to help him to increase the production at his coffee farm. To increase the production at his coffee farm is going to make a big difference in his family, her family, their connections. We have to find a way to bring that coffee to Chicago after we improve the yield from his farm. But we're going to talk to Layla. Welcome to today's show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
I am so glad to have you. You know, I have to tell the folks that when I went to San Jose for the Drone World Convention, I didn't see a whole lot of ladies that were there at all. And I turned around and I saw you, and I said, my goodness, this young lady, I need to meet her because I'm very interested in helping females to get into the drone technology industry. And come to find out that we knew each other already. Is that right? How did we know each other?
That is so right. We met at Chicago Helicopter Experience. That's where I currently work. And I knew I recognized you, but I just couldn't put two and two together until
I went on a helicopter ride. That's the tour rides that they do here in Chicago. And I was one of her clients.
Yes.
And so she amazed me by saying, look, I live in Chicago too. So we decided that we were going to see each other once we got back to Chicago and collaborate on drone technology. Now, tell us about your mission and your dad's farm and all. What got you into drone technology from the beginning? That's 6 questions at once.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and answer them. In 2014, I took a trip to Kenya. I hadn't been back in 14 years. And during this trip, I found out that my dad had a coffee farm. And I was very curious, very fascinated, very excited to know that he owned a coffee farm. And one of my questions for him were, I asked him, do you make money? Or, you know, what's the return of interest? Is it high? And actually, he told me that he doesn't make much money from the coffee that he sells. And as a matter of fact, he puts in so much work, and the production cost is significant, and he's not really making much out of it. And a lot of farmers actually in Kenya have uprooted their coffee trees for this very reason.
I see. And so you thought that you might be able to help with drones, but how?
So pretty much what I'll be able to do is fly drones over the coffee farm, and I'll be using sensors such as a multispectral sensor. It'll be able to let me know what areas might need more fertilizer than other areas, or what areas might need more water than other areas. So pretty much it'll just help me manage your coffee plantation or coffee farm very effectively and efficiently.
Are drone pilots using drones in other areas of agriculture right now?
Yes, so it's never been used in coffee, so I'm very, very excited to be the first person to do, well, one of the first people to do that. They use drones in corn farms, barely. Actually, this summer I do have an internship at a farm, and I'll be flying drones over not coffee, but cornfields.
Cornfields. Oh, great, great. Do you know that Dr. Drone just loves a coffee-flavored cigar? I mean, absolutely. A coffee-flavored cigar, it just has to be the best. But see, I think that not only can drone technology help your dad in increasing production on his coffee farm, but I bet that we're going to find ways to get you involved in the tobacco industry as well to make some of these great cigars. It's a big business, trust me on that. I've also, employment opportunities. Why would a person go to get a Part 107 license?
Well, this industry is very, very new, but it's growing tremendously. It's really, really growing. Think about it. The population is increasing. We will need more effective and efficient ways to produce more food. So a lot of companies will be hiring pilots who know how to fly drones and gather the data that farmers will need to.
Well, it sounds like
to make
you have to
decisions.
have some really, really big education and some big degree to get a Part 107 license. That's something special. Did you have to go to some special schools for years and years to do this, or what?
I did not, but my background at Lewis University definitely shaped me or put me in the right position to work for big companies. You don't necessarily have to go to university to do that, although I would encourage people to. You can simply go and take a class like I did. I used a UAV coach to practice, to pretty much learn about the aerospace, meteorology, and I went to Pewaukee Airport, Windy City Flyers. I took my Part 107 there, and I passed it with a 93%.
Wonderful, wonderful. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have just joined us, this is Airborne Innovations, which is really Ask Dr. Drone. And my guest today is Leila Mutisia. And I want to make sure that you know this is a live show. This is not just a live show, though. This is a live call-in talk show. So get off of your butt and pick up your telephone. We can't hear you talking to the screen. I mean, we really can't. So we want to make sure that you join into today's show. We have a caller. Welcome to today's show. What's your question?
Yes, I have a question for Leila. Leila, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, I'm just wondering why it is important for women to be involved with drone technology these days.
Thank you for your question, caller. We appreciate you. Why is it important for women to be involved?
Well, a lot of women and minorities are underrepresented in all STEM areas, including the drone industry.
STEM? What is STEM?
Science, math,
Engineering?
engineering, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of women are really underrepresented, and it's important for young girls to see women in the drone industry because that will inspire them and encourage them to pursue careers in that industry. That's why I feel like more women need to pursue the drone industry. The funny thing is, every time I tell someone I'm in school, the first thing they'll say is, "Are you in nursing school?" No. I'm in aviation school, so we need to see more women doing other things than nursing and being secretaries. So
Very
we definitely
good.
need to see them flying drones. We can fly drones, if not better than guys can.
You know, that's so true. And another thing, I took my drone and I had it at home. It had a white body, a large drone, and a plain white body. The problem is that my daughter's an artist, and she thought it was great to use as a canvas. So she painted it up to look like some Star Wars type of thing, and made some feminine curly cues on it and everything. At first, yeah, I was mad. I was mad. But she told me, Dad, don't you know that the drone business, as you have introduced it to me, is really too masculine? Do you think that there are too many men involved? They actually, once I damaged my drone and sent it out to get repaired, that's before I became the doctor. I sent it out to get repaired, and they sent me a new one back and kept that beautiful painted shell. I was so upset, so upset. You know, but what do you think about the masculinity of the industry? Is it just overbearing? I don't see many women on panels.
Well, I'm starting to see more and more women. I would love to start seeing more and more women of color, for sure. I've been very fortunate to meet a lot of women in the industry, like Maria Stephanopoulos. Hopefully I said her name right. But she's a production manager at ABC News, and she uses drones for live streaming. So seeing her and seeing more women like her encourages me to just to keep overcoming the challenges that I've faced so far, and hopefully inspire other women to follow my footsteps.
Very good. Do you know about the drone races in Dubai? And they're having drone races all over the place now?
They are. They're actually having, I believe they're having one tomorrow at Purdue University. So we're starting to see them more and more
At
often.
Purdue,
Yes.
in Indiana?
Yes.
Wow, I've got to look that up. How come I'm not invited? Tomorrow's going to be the best flight day of all. Must be 80 degrees tomorrow. I just love flying so much, and so I got to get out of the lab and do that. But right now, we want to take a look at what they're actually doing in Dubai. If you take a look at this right here, this is a race course. Oh my God, this looks like Star Wars, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It does.
Wow, actually, they are making race courses that are so intricate today and that it is becoming a sport. In fact, ESPN has recognized racing drones as a sport. And what you see here is the view from a camera. Each one of these drones has a little camera on the front of it, and you can actually fly using goggles, and we showed that last week, what the goggles look like, and the goggles make it so that it's just like you're sitting in the cockpit of an airplane. What do you see about the future of racing drones, and how is that going to help us to get more people into the drone industry?
Okay, well, I'll be honest with you. I don't know too much about racing drones. I'm more in the commercial side of drones. Like I said, a lot of companies are realizing how effective and efficient drones are. So you'll start seeing a lot of companies looking for pilots, whether it's to fly over pipelines and inspect them, or
Yes.
search and rescue. There's so much you can do with drones, not only agriculture. There are a lot of things you can do with drones. So you'll start to see more and more companies looking for pilots to do whatever it is that needs to be done.
I understand the FAA had made an announcement some 2 weeks ago that they're going to relax the line of sight rule about being able to fly beyond the line of sight. Why would that be a restriction, and what is the line of sight?
So technically, you're not supposed to fly a drone from line of sight. So you're not supposed to fly a drone further than you can see it.
Well, how am I going to get my cigars delivered to me?
So it'll be really good for companies like Amazon who want to start doing delivery with drones.
Really?
Yes.
Amazon, and many other companies are coming up with different types of drones, but they're going to need drone pilots, drone technicians, engineers. Boy, oh boy, it looks like a lot of opportunity.
Definitely a lot of opportunities, not only in the United States, but all over the globe. For instance, Africa will need certified drone pilots, people with that type of knowledge to do work over there.
Did you know you only have to be 16 years old in order to pass the 107? So how hard could it be?
It's not difficult at all, but as an aviation major, we are all very keen. People really need to learn the airspace and learn the rules and regulations. And
Why? Why is that so important?
it's very important to follow the rules and regulations and to know when you can fly your drone, and when not to, for safety purposes. We want everybody to be safe. We want the people to be able to learn how to read meters and tasks, know when you can fly, when you are not allowed to fly at all, to just avoid issues and avoid
accidents, if
colliding
possible,
with manned aircrafts.
Well, we're very excited about the future, but I'm excited about your future because I saw that you were in magazines. You've been in many different publications worldwide now. And I'm telling you, you have a great, great future in front of you because there's a lot of people that want to help you. So what do you have plans next to do and that you would like to share with the audience? What are your next plans?
Okay, well, I'm very excited. I just started a company in Kenya with my father, who's a coffee farmer. So right now we are really going to focus on working hand in hand with the coffee farmers, increasing their production and the quality of their coffee and exporting that coffee here, selling it at a premium and helping them make more money. So with that, I'll be working on getting my permit in Kenya to fly drones. So those are the next things that I have lined up.
Very good, very good. Well, I know for a fact that there are so many, many opportunities. And I want to just thank you for taking the time to come and join us in our show today. Ask Dr. Drone. Layla Mutisia, how could we get in touch with you if we needed to contact you?
Well, if you need to contact me, my email is lyela.mutisia@gmail.com.
And to contact me, all you have to do is go to this email address. Send me an email, send your questions. Also, you can give me a call. I promise I always answer all of my messages. I never will leave you hanging or anything like that. Finally, I just want to thank our underwriters. This show has been underwritten by RBS Drone Technologies. And thank you again. We appreciate you coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Mama, get the coffee ready. The kid's on his way.